Rao dang dat is definitely the most bitter vegetable I have ever eaten. However, it still makes me miss its rustic yet unique flavor. Once when I went to the market, I accidentally came across a bunch of fresh and delicious rao dang dat lying, closed, among many other vegetables. It just lay there without anyone noticing. It is understandable because not many people in Saigon know this kind of wild vegetable. Furthermore, its bitter taste is even worse than that of bitter melon, so very few people like it. However, to me, it is the most delicious vegetable, the refreshing and sweet bitter taste of a time of memories. When I was a child, my mother often picked rao dang dat around the house and processed it into many different dishes such as soup, fish porridge, raw vegetables with dried fish sauce. Honestly, back then I hated meals related to rao dang dat, to the point of hating the song Con Thuong Rao Dang Mak Sao He by musician Bak Sun. I often wonder what is so delicious about this bitter vegetable that people like to eat and miss. It's strange, one time when I went back to my hometown, I saw some orphaned, bitter vegetables growing sparsely around the house. Suddenly, I remembered the meals when I was a child. I remembered how my mother worked hard to prepare many different dishes from it. With bitter vegetable soup, after washing it, put it in a bowl and then boil the broth. If you cook it the usual way, put the vegetables in the pot while they are still on the stove, the vegetables will be mushy and even more bitter, my mother revealed. My mother often cooked the broth from perch or snakehead fish. On days when there was no fish, my mother would fry onions and garlic and add them or crush a few ripe tamarind seeds to enhance the flavor. When I was a child, my mother often encouraged me, try to eat it. This soup is very cool and good for your health. However, I only like to eat fish or tried my best to pour the broth into the rice, push it into my mouth as quickly as possible, then force it down my throat to finish the meal. My mother also often cooked fish porridge. The porridge is cooked and seasoned with fragrant onions and coriander. Scoop it into a bowl with a large piece of fish, sprinkle with a little pepper, onions, and shredded ginger. But it would not be perfect without the rustic flavor of bitter ground vegetables. A large plate of vegetables is placed in the middle of the table. Depending on your preference, you can add vegetables to the porridge bowl to suit your taste. At that time, the person who enjoyed those meals the most was my grandmother. My grandmother also ate bitter ground vegetables raw with braised fish sauce. This vegetable is bitter but very delicious, you hear me? After eating it a few times, you will crave it. When you grow up, you will be addicted to it like me. On the days I went back to my hometown to visit my mother, the taste of bitter ground vegetables suddenly filled my throat. The smell of the vegetable wafted around my nose. I ran into the house and asked my mother to let me enjoy the flavors of the past again. Bitter, but really delicious. My grandmother's words from the past, now I see they were true. Snakehead fish and bitter vegetable porridge is a rustic dish of the western region that is loved by many people. The bitter taste of the vegetable combined with the sweetness of the snakehead fish and the aroma of the spices creates a very special flavor, making many people curious about how to make this dish. Snakehead fish and bitter vegetable are both foods with high nutritional value as well as being very good for health. The combination of these two ingredients has created a dish that is not only delicious but also extremely nutritious. The following article will guide you on how to cook snakehead fish and bitter vegetable porridge with a Western style in a simple way right at home. Bitter vegetable is a plant of the Vietnamese coriander family, herbaceous, with thin branches and growing close to the ground. The vegetable is commonly used in many family meals in dishes such as soup, stir-fry, hot pot, etc. In addition, bitter vegetable can also be eaten raw. Dried or used as a medicinal herb in many Eastern medicine prescriptions. According to medical documents, bitter vegetable is a very healthy vegetable. This is considered a medicinal herb that helps prevent and treat some common diseases, with many uses such as digestion, diuretic, liver tonic, laxative, stomach tonic, antiseptic, antipyretic, etc. In our country, bitter vegetables are divided into two types: bitter ground vegetables and bitter sea vegetables. Each type will have different effects. Bitter ground vegetables are light-loving plants, often growing in shallow holes with little water in the dry season or in fallow fields. According to Oriental medicine, bitter ground vegetables have a bitter taste, neutral properties, and can be used to treat diseases such as internal heat, poor digestion, fever reduction, painful urination, etc. In addition, the vegetable also contains some substances that are beneficial to health such as vitamin C, tannin, flavonoid, saponin, etc., which have antibacterial effects, enhance the body's resistance, fight oxidation, etc. The sea plant, sea bitter vegetables, is a plant that prefers to live in humid environments such as swamps, canals, etc. The vegetable is cool, has the ability to clear heat, detoxify, reduce swelling, and be diuretic, etc. In addition, sea bitter vegetables also have a positive effect on the brain's circulatory system, limit memory loss, reduce mental fatigue, prevent the recurrence of epilepsy, etc.